everyone. It's no surprise that there are people out there that have quite a bit of money and they've got to the point of wealth where no matter how moronic of a product or service it is, they will not care about the price, they'll just pay for it because they're so simple-minded where they can't focus on anything else but the result they have conjured up in their head of what's going to happen if they buy said product. Or in this scenario that I'll be talking about today, it's way more of a service than a product. And I use that term service very lightly because like traditionally when you mean service, it means like something that will help you out, like something that's worth paying for. But this service, this adventure I guess you're paying for, is the worst thing you could probably blow your money on, because I can see no way I could possibly help you. With that service being, which you've probably seen before, the MDK project. MDK standing for Modern Day Night, which if you haven't heard of it already, you can probably guess what's going to be about from that name alone. Modern Day Night. Like it really sounds like the most childish like club name a kid would come up with to make his little group of friends or group of nerds sound like way more badass. But unfortunately it isn't. It's all run by actual grown ass men that came together to make a partnership for the entire service, whom all look like clones of the same bald guy. Like I'm not even kidding, they all look like near identical with the slight deviation of them wearing a hat, which again, like it's so on character for these kinds of people, which I'm about to get into. To give a basic rundown of what it is, all you're basically doing is paying a large sum of money, like up into like the tens of thousands of dollars, to pay for like a 75-hour service. I'm not sure if it's like periodically where you take a break or you go home, but they put you for like a gauntlet of like the worst possible exercise you can imagine. But it's nothing based on actual science or fitness meant to build muscle. It's purely like army drills to like build character and get you ready for like a stressful situation. Except it's like 10 times more embarrassing because you're not a conscript. You're going into there out of your own volition and you can stand up and leave whenever you want, but you just don't because everyone around you for cameras would call you a pussy if you do. However, admittedly, you're basically devoid of any respect if you spend that much money, like I said, up to tens of thousands of dollars. You basically have a group of guys just yell at you, forcing you to run to the point that you might actually pass out from the exhaustion that they give you. Which to be honest, kind of like a godsend for that to happen to you, because from what I've read, there have been worse scenarios that have happened before in the past, with one guy actually dying from it. Which I'm not surprised because despite how much money you're spending, none of the guys or the exercises actually look like very formal, like not professional at all, where it just seems like a bunch of exercises made by drunk guys, you know, because they're bored and they have nothing else to do. And the worst part for me is that for the poor bastard that died from it, all he got was a picture of himself up at the classroom where they run the projects where they get the newbies and introduce them to like what they're gonna suffer through for 3 days basically. I haven't seen a picture of this guy or like what his build is, like buff or just fat, but it doesn't matter. When a service you're paying for, a public service open to anyone, that should immediately just get the business shut down already, just from that moment instantly. But I'm guessing he signed a contract where no matter what happened during those 3 days, he can't sue them for any damage caused to him or his family if he died. And that just pisses me off so much because of the clips you can see of the guys that run this project, this Modern Day Night project. They seem like they have so much pride for what they're doing, as if like they're really bolstering like the perfect generation of Spartans to run society. And plus the arrogance of how much money they're asking for, like that much. For what I've seen, it really is like the most painful stuff ever that benefits you in no way, when you can basically do it in your own back garden for free, like just have a friend spray you with a hose or just throw mud at you and save all that money for better stuff. For example, therapy if you're looking for like the mental improvement from exercise, or two, just like medicine if you feel like you want to get stronger but you feel like there's one single physical ailment that's making you suffer in life. Or three, the best and most common solution for this is that if you want to get stronger by this, just get like a personal trainer to train out with you at a gym. Well, like some 40-year-old fat ass on Facebook could train you way better than these guys, which I really want you to learn more about because these characters that run this project are so bizarre to me. Like they most likely pay a mortgage from the money they get from these poor bastards and keep doing more classes where they promote the idea of like by subscribing to this project and partaking in it is meant to build character and make you more like emotionally mature. And the best example, like the best possible one they came up with, is that if you were like at a car crash or happen to come across one, you see like the most gruesome shit ever, and all that gore and death would just make you, you know, snap immediately, which in some way I can get behind because, you know, I think it is a very important skill for everyone to be like emotionally mature, because if you're an adult and you just come across that one day, it will just destroy you mentally.
And the little bitches on the internet be like, oh, this is poor leadership, this and that. We are showing you the chaos you're gonna see in the real world. Do you see what goes on out there when people get in a car accident and someone comes running out screaming shooting, throwing axes at them and shit. And then the one that doesn't lose their shit and stay in control. Look, you're in the kill house. Emotional regulation, emotional discipline. You're on the mats doing jujitsu. Emotional regulation. You're in the ice bath. You're crawling in the pit. It's controlling your freaking emotions. That's why we need to throw so much chaos at you, so you're prepared for the real world. When you got in the real world, it's easy. Shit that used to look like a mountain to you in a roadblock is going to be a little speed bump.
But if this project, these exercises are the best way to like counter that, then it just feels like the most blatant scam a 14-year-old would come up with. Just steal money from like equally minded 14-year-olds, which I definitely believe is the case, because from the confidence you can see in these guys, from the gay little podcast they have on their Instagram, they really believe in what they're doing. It's actually helping people.
Go sign up at Toastmaster and learn to speak.
Which is definitely supported by the new like influx of customers they have every single class that they run every year. Which for these guys that sign up and spend so much money, I definitely believe there is someone in their life where they have money, but they're nowhere near satisfied in life, and they're so desperate for like a modicum of happiness, they would just spend their money on anything. And for that kind of, you know, person, this like kind of Spartan exercise, like military drill, would be perfect for them, because it really just like minds you that deep insecurity for a lot of men. Like, they never went to the army, or like they were pussies in high school, and that has stuck them for their entire life. And this is like the one point in their life they can actually have like a redemption and make themselves, you know, stronger. Which again, if that's an actual insecurity in your life, then I respect that. But you're the most like bottom level moron in my eyes if you spend that much money for a 3-day course where you just have like bald guys yelling at you, calling you pussies, telling you give up intentionally. However, if you're one of those people that actually came out of this project feeling like a better man, then I respect that, because you're probably like so dumb that it would take something equally as dumb like this project to actually get you like that miserable pit in your life. But the odds of that happening are near nothing, because it's the most blatant scam in my eyes to just sick money out of poor miserable bastards that want to like appear more masculine. The one positive fact I've come out with from learning about this project is that they're gonna have one more class, one more finale in the month of October this year, which on one side is good because they won't be able to make money out of torturing people anymore. But at the same time, this sort of just ended at like the 3rd class of this project. Like, I'm surprised they got past like 20 classes with more people showing up and making a profit out of it. But I guess that's a sign of a good economy where people can sell like the dumbest service ever and still have morons waving money to partake in it as if it's gonna have like any positive impact on themselves. Like, God.